Mississippi continues to crack down on human trafficking. Governor Tate Reeves this week signed a bill that enhances penalties for people found guilty under the Mississippi Human Trafficking Act.
The new law prohibits convicted human traffickers from ever driving a commercial vehicle again.
That's right, and this morning we have a live interview with Mississippi Center for Violence Prevention Executive Director Sandy Middleton.
Good morning, Ms. Middleton. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning. Doing well. Thank you for having me.
Good. Thank you for being here. So what are your thoughts about this new Mississippi law that bars convicted human traffickers from ever driving commercial vehicles again?
Well, certainly traffickers shouldn't be on the highway, and I think most Mississippians would agree that they need to be in prison. So I don't know that I regard this bill as an increase in penalties. And I think in some of the former legislation that we've passed, we've certainly done that. In 2016, we passed all of our basic human trafficking laws, and then in 2019, we had a really big year. Michael Watson's bill actually did increase the sentence for trafficking of minors from 5 to 30 years to 20 years to life. So that was a big achievement. And then we had Speaker Gunn's House Bill 571. That was also groundbreaking legislation to protect our children from being charged with prostitution. So those were some really great policy bills, and that became law. And then also in 2020, we passed House Bill 1559, which created an emergent response to victims and created a pathway to certify investigators and advocates. So there's been a lot of work done legislatively in our state over the past few years, and we're certainly grateful for all of that.
There really is, and while there is that success in the legislation, what are some of the services that your organization offers victims of human trafficking?
The Center for Violence Prevention has our Tower program, which it's a two-pronged program. One part of it is we operate the only specialized long-term program for adult victims of human trafficking. And that program includes all sorts of therapeutic services, case management, all kinds of advocacy, legal assistance. They truly come into the program with many needs, and our approach is a trauma-informed approach that we're able to plug into whatever their needs are. And we really believe in client-directed case management so that they can begin to choose what they want to do with their lives, what kind of work they want to do, and where they want to live, and they can really take their time to recover from the terrible things they've been through. So the Tower is the residential program is one piece of the Tower. The other is that we have actually 5 rapid response advocates around the state who actually live in the different areas of the state, and they partner with our law enforcement task forces that do the heavy lifting around the state. And you're fortunate to have one in the Tupelo area, and we're certainly grateful for everything that our law enforcement investigators do to go out and have those ops and find these offenders and help us to find these victims.
Gotcha. So one more question this morning, ma'am. Looking ahead, just everyday citizens, what are some ways that they can help in the fight against human trafficking?
Well, I think they can become educated. There's a lot of myths out there about human trafficking. We constantly hear about the white van at Walmart and the dot on the windshield or the dot on the tires. And that's not what we see with trafficking at all. What we mainly see is people who were groomed and brought into the world of trafficking. And so it's important for parents to watch their children, especially with their phones and all their social media. They need to understand that when their settings are on public, and they go to bed with their phones many times, that they're really able to be reached out to by people all over the world. And so that's really one of the biggest things we can do, is just really know the facts and understand what trafficking really is. I'd encourage people to go to our Facebook page. It's Center for Violence Prevention, and our website to find out any more information. And I'd also encourage people that if you see something and you think it's trafficking, call the trafficking hotline. It's 888-3737-888.
Well, Ms. Middleton, it seems like your organization does a great job at educating the public, and we thank you for taking the time and joining us this morning.
Thank you. Have a great day.